Welcome. I'm going to start with an old song today. It's actually written in 1929. It was part of a musical called Great Day. The musical never went anywhere because 6 days after the musical opened, the Great Depression hit. The musical was on Broadway for 6 weeks only, and then it sort of died an ignominious death. But a couple of good songs came out of it. One of them is a song called Without a Song. And the story takes place on a plantation in New Orleans. And this song is sung by one of the farm hands on the plantation, one of the servants on the plantation, for whom life is just not much, actually. Working hard, working hard, working hard. And so he says, you know, without a song, you ain't got much. And I feel like sometimes what that says to me is without the life of the Spirit, maybe there isn't much. So this is without a song. And then we're going to move into a song of mine called Make Up a Song. So here goes the first set. Without a song, the road would never bend. Without a song, the day would never end. Without a song, you just ain't got a friend. Without a song. That field of corn would never see a plow. That field of corn would be deserted now. A man is born, he ain't no good now how, without a song. I got my troubles and woe, but long as I know that Jordan will roll, I'll get along as long as a song is strong in my soul. I'll never know what makes the rain to fall. I'll never know what makes the grass so tall. But this I know, life ain't no good at all without a song. Make up a song, said my mama long ago, when you walk in the bright morning sun. Make up a song, set a thirst in my soul when you listen to the Grand River run. Make up a song when you mess up somehow and you can't change the harm you have done. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Well, make up a song when you're 13 years old and you've just met the girl of your dreams. Make up a song when your teenage daughter is falling apart at the seams. Make up a song when you watch politicians crushing the poor with their schemes. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Sing right out loud when you're laughing. Sing through your tears when you're crying. Sing on the ground when you're crawling. Sing in the sky when you're flying. Sing in the days of your living. Make up a song for the night of your dying. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Let the music never end, till strangers turn to friends. From birth until death and with every last breath, let the music never end. Let the song go on and on, through the night until the dawn. Sing your joys and your tears and your hopes and your fears. Let the song go on and on and on and on. Make up a song when you realize at last the church that you love won't survive. Make up a song when you wake up in the morning and you're glad that you're simply alive. Make up a song when you made it through the rain and you're watching your grandchildren thrive. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Make up a song for the friends and companions staying right here by your side. Make up a song for the questions not answered, for the things that you have not yet tried. Make up a song because the audience waits to be taken on a musical ride. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Sing right out loud when you're laughing. Sing through your tears when you're crying. Sing on the ground when you're crawling. Sing in the sky when you're flying. Sing in the days of your living. Make up a song for the night of your dying. Make up a song, put it all out there. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Let the music never end until strangers turn to friends. From birth until death and with every last breath, let the music never end. Let the song go on and on through the night until the dawn. Sing your joys and your tears and your hopes and your fears. Let the song go on and on. Let the song go on and on. Let the song go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Sing, sing, sing. I'll never know what makes the grass to fall. I'll never know what makes the grass so tall. This one thing I know, life ain't no good at all without a song, without a song. The year was 2012, I think, or 11, probably 12. I was a part of the Texas Choral Directors Conference. So there were several hundred choir directors from colleges, high schools, churches, community choirs. And on the Tuesday of that week, I had been a part of the interfaith worship service. So did some music in the service. A choir sang some of my pieces. On Wednesday morning, we were going to have a seminar given to us by Craig Hella Johnson, who is the director of this fabulous choral group called Conspirare, one of the best singing groups in the country. So I went to this workshop and I thought, maybe I'll get some great words of wisdom. One of the things I've been worried about is that I have not written a large work, a large piece, like a big cantata, stuff like that. And it's been like an albatross around my neck that you just, if you're a composer, you got to do this. You got to write a big work. And I had so far not done that. I'd done a couple small things with other people, but nothing like that. So we went to this workshop, and there were several hundred choir directors there in the room. And I just had a good guess of what was going on in people's mind. Hey, look at that. Their choir's better than mine. I wish I had their money because they got a lot more money in that school system than I do. Or, well, we're a small college. You can't really expect us to have a grade A choir. Or, yeah, I wish I had that church, the choir of that big church down the street. Now they could do all kinds of clever 4-part stuff. But me, if I get 2 parts, we're lucky. So this kind of looking at each other and comparing and contrasting and blah, 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 blah was going on all over the room. So this world-renowned choral director walks into the room, and I thought, we're going to hear words of wisdom. I'm going to get some insight. And so he sits down at the piano, and the whole room is waiting with this sense of anticipation. What's he going to do? Maybe he's going to play something, sort of a master choral work. And then he started doing this. And the whole room is like, what? And then he did this. Sing a song, sing it clear, sing it strong, sing of good things, not bad, sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song, make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. And then he said 3 words which will forever, ever, ever resonate in my life. He said, "You are enough." I didn't have to be somebody else. I didn't have to be the great choral composer who wrote a great, huge cantata. I didn't have to be anything but me, just who I am. What a revelation, what an amazing moment in my life. You are enough. With all those gifts that you've been given, with all the spirit that lives within you, oh sure, you want to become all you can become. You want to take it to the highest and best place. But in the long run and in the end of it all, you are enough. And there's a song within you. It may not sound like the kind of songs that I sing or singers sing, but there's a song within you. And it's waiting to be sung. And it's waiting for all the world to hear, because you are enough. And so long as you're becoming what you're meant to be, what you're talented to be, what you're capable to be, it's not small, it's not insignificant, it matters. You are enough. So last year, Beverly, my coworker, and I were privileged to go to a songwriters convention in Nashville. This was a group of songwriters who all did religious music. It was quite a mixed group. There were white folks and black folks and Asian folks and all kinds of wonderful, wonderful diversity of people. And we met. Among the people we met an amazing, young, stellar songwriter, singer-songwriter. We had no idea of the kind of music she did, but we fell in love with her at that convention. And it wasn't a couple of months later when we received an invitation to attend her album debut concert. And we happened to be in Atlanta at the time. It was going to be in Atlanta. We happened to be in Atlanta, and so we went to the opening debut concert. It was amazing. First of all, she had an absolute stellar kick-butt band. The songs, the level of sophistication was just phenomenal. We sat there and wept and laughed and wept and laughed and just about shouted, because it was the most musical, spiritual, wonderful experience that we'd had in a long, long time. It is my honor to introduce to you Sunchild, my very special guest for today. Cece, are you here?
I'm here.
You're here.
Yes.
So I want to talk with you. I want to find out about your album and your music study and all of that stuff. But first, I want you to sing.
Okay.
Will you do that for me?
Yes. You sang one of my favorite songs from when I was a little kid watching Sesame Street.
Really?
Yes, I used to love that song. Yes.
Well, I want to hear you sing, my dear.
And if it's not good enough for anyone else to sing, just sing her song. La 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 la. Well, the song that's on my heart actually is a song called "Being with You," and it goes like this. You can snap. La da la da la da la da. Yeah, I like being with you when there's no one in the room. I like being with you, only you, me and you. I like being with you, it's nothing better I'd rather do. I like being with you, only you, me and you. Only you, yeah, me and you. I like talking to you, 'cause you always pull me through. I like being with you, only you, me and you. Hey, only you, only you, me and you, only you, only you, me and you. Solo so basa so say do la la. Lisa, 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 only you, me and you. Hey, only you, me and you.
How do you do that? Man, I mean, like you're all over the range. Like you're 2.5 octaves. You're just popping it right up there, and they're all totally on pitch. Boy,
Thank you, Ken.
wow.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about how you got started. You obviously loved music early.
Absolutely. Yeah, I started playing on a piece of cardboard. Actually, I would draw the keys of the piano on the cardboard when I was around 6, and I would practice religiously. Like I could hear the music, and when my mom found out that that's what I was doing, she was like, "This baby seems like she is really serious about the piano." And so we went from there. So I played piano and harp and violin growing up, and then I went to school for classical music. I studied voice and piano, and then I went to Spelman first, and then I went to Berkeley, and then I got my final degree at Georgia State for music composition.
So obviously, you're well schooled in classical music, and one sees that on your album. By the way, I want to talk about the album in a minute, but it's obvious that you have that classical training because the level of sophistication, and you do things in polyrhythms and all kinds of really interesting stuff.
Thank you.
So do you do any classical music at all now?
I haven't been playing as much. Like I may do some if I'm doing an improvisation and it just kind of comes out. I do a lot of classical composing though. But I haven't been playing a lot of classical lately. So don't call me out. Don't ask me to perform something. Yeah.
Oh, well, so then tell me how. Now you did some work in churches. I think you worked with Cynthia Wilson in a big Methodist church for a while.
Yes, I did. That's how I met her, actually. Yeah, I was playing with her. She was the minister of music at the church, and I was playing piano.
So how did you get the idea of doing this album project and going out on your own and doing concert stuff? Where did that come from?
I've always wanted to do it, but I've been working as a professional musician for a little while now. So it's like I was so focused on everybody else's stuff and just hadn't stopped to do mine. So it ended up taking a really long time to get mine finished because, you're kind of just trying to make a living and, you're on the road and touring and whatever. So, but I've always wanted to create something that was an amalgamation of many different genres, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of how I grew up. That's, my influences were like Chick Corea and then Ella Fitzgerald. And then, you know what I mean? So and Tchaikovsky is like my favorite composer. You know what I mean? So I had all of those things mixed together.
Wow. So the album is called
Air.
And one can find it on just about any place where you buy
anywhere. Albums. Absolutely. Any digital platform, you can find it.
And it is, I tell you people, let me just recommend, it is fabulous. The level of sophistication, she's got a wonderful band. The music is it's just it's just inviting. So it took you years and years to make it, which is a real testament to your stick-to-itiveness. Tell us about the project that you're doing right now.
Oh, the television project?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right now, there's a docu-series called Genius, and National Geographic has done 2 previous series. I think they did Picasso and they did Einstein before. They're now doing Aretha Franklin. And for this project, I was chosen to be Aretha Franklin's hands for the project. So I get to play all the music on screen. So you may not see my face. Every now and then I'm on there as a arbitrary pianist somewhere where you actually get to see me, but mostly you'll just see my hands. Every time you see her playing the piano, it'll be me. So
wow, what fun.
Oh, it has been so much fun. We've been working on it since 2019, so it's been a while. Yeah.
Well, I would like for us to have a little musical fun together.
Okay.
We're gonna sort of toss a little music back and forth.
Okay.
I don't get to do this with people because there aren't that many people who can do this. So it's a very special treat for me. So you want to do some scatting?
Sure.
You want to start or shall I start?
I can start.
Okay,
or,
you start.
I mean, yeah. Let's see.
You start, and then sometimes just give me a pause, and I'll take it.
All right. Any key? What key you want to be in?
You take the key. I follow.
Okay. Let's see. I probably should have let you start. Here we go. You ready? All right, here we go. Let me just get acclimated. That'll be the start of it. Here we go. Yeah. Yes.
Your turn. Yes. Your turn. And so it goes, and so it goes.
And Medema. So glad to be here with you. Oh, your could be so ridiculous.
You are dangerous.
Man, that's you. You had me over here thinking you were gonna keep it simple. You made me. You had me. You got me. We got to do that again. We got to do that again.
We got to do that again, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I want to hear one more song from you.
Okay.
And before you sing, I want to tell our audience something.
Okay.
Later in the program, we're going to have a segment where I'm going to ask you in the audience to give me 3 words and 3 notes. And we're going to try to make a song based on those 3 words and 3 notes. Sonia will be looking in the comments. And if you've got 3 words, they don't have to be musical words. They can be any old words like anti-disestablishmentarianism or rugrats or silicone or implants or whatever. Just give me 3 words and 3 notes, and we'll do a song. So that's coming up. But right now, Cece, I want you to sing for me. What are you going to do?
La-di-da.
Oh, please.
Okay.
This when we were at the premiere, when we were at the album premiere, the whole room, I mean, there were how many hundred people in that room? 200-300 people?
It had to be like 250 or 300.
The whole room just sang la-di-da. I
Yeah.
mean, we sang, and we wept because it was just so beautiful. So I'm going to cry again, but that's okay.
Ooh. The other day I took the time to stop and think of how my life has changed. And even though I had my share of bad times, somehow my joy won't fade away. My heart keeps singing la-di-da. What a beautiful day, la-di-da, la-da-dum-dee-dee-dee. What a beautiful way to live. Sometimes my days get so messed up in it, seems like everything comes falling down. Baby, I don't know, but it never fails for something good to pick me up and turn my whole world around. My heart sings la-di-da. You can sing it with me. What a beautiful day, la-di-da. Oh, la-da, la-da. What a beautiful way to live. a beautiful day. La-di-da. What a beautiful day. And if your day feels kind of sad, you should sing la-di-da, la-da-da-dee-dee-dee. What a beautiful day. La-di-da, ya-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-da. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day.
For several weeks after that album preview, I'd go around the house going la di da. Cece, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Oh, thank you for
hope
having
people
me.
will pick up that album, and I wish you the very, very best in all the stuff you're doing.
Thank you, Ken.
And I want to for us to be together again and make that crazy music together.
Yes, please. We have to do it again because I'm gonna get you the next time. I'm gonna go ham. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, thank you so much, and stick around because I'd like to say thanks at the end of the show.
Okay, I'm here.
Thank you, Cece. Before we do our 3 words and 3 notes, let me just mention, and I'll mention it again, if you want to donate to this work to keep these concerts alive, it's interluderetreats.org. You can go to that website, www.interluderetreats.org, or you can go on my website and find out how to donate to Interlude. Interlude provides retreats for musicians. We do songwriting conferences. We send me and my music to small churches, which we can't do now. And Interlude is totally funding these conferences. We have a $10,000 matching gift, and we're a couple of $1,000s away from matching it. So, and if everybody who's watching today would send $10, we'd be there. So think about it, and we will be grateful for your prayers, your thoughts. Lots of cool stuff coming up in the months ahead. But I wonder now if we have some words and notes. Sonia, why don't you come on and let me know? Do we have something in the chat, in the comments?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
We're going to go with Mark Miller, and he says, photo, owl, candle, and the notes are FEB.
And Mark Miller is going to be my guest next week on the show. So here we go. Photo, owl, candle. It's a kind of lonely night, and I'm sitting all alone. Power's gone out, one of those rolling blackouts. I'm sitting here looking at old photographs by candlelight. and remembering how things used to be so many months ago, when we could go hang out together with family and friends. Go hang out together where the party's never ending. Go hang out together without even wearing a mask. How do I feel? Just don't ask. I keep looking at those old photographs of the way things used to be. And it's really quiet in the night. And all at once I hear it way in the distance. And the owl hoots. And it seems like he is asking me a question. Who are you? Who are you? Are you going to be lost in memories of all that time long ago? Or are you going to live in these moments? Who are you? Get up. It's time to live. Yesterday was wonderful, but today has its treasures as well. So whenever I get lonely and I think about those yesterdays and I start to reminisce and get all sad, then I think of that owl asking me, two of my most wonderful, wonderful friends are Bryan and Leslie Hunter. Bryan has been, for a long time now, the director of music therapy studies at Nazareth College. And he was early on one of the early music therapists. Music therapy didn't really start until the 1950s, and Bryan was one of the sort of first people on the docket, as was I, way back in the 60s and early 70s, when our conferences only had about a couple of hundred people. Now, music therapy has grown to be an amazing, amazing profession. Bryan and Leslie has been a music therapist in working in special education settings for years. And I asked my dear friends Bryan and Leslie to come on today because I wanted them to just talk to us a minute about the importance of song as music therapists. So Bryan and Leslie, how you doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
We're doing great. I just have to mention though that I'm old, but I'm not quite that old. I was born in 1954, so I didn't exactly start music therapy, just for the record.
Okay, but I mean, in the early 70s, you were in school and you were you were doing your. It was still the beginning. It was really, I feel like it's still the beginning of music therapy in the 70s. And
You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
So tell us a little bit about, Leslie, tell us a little bit about that wonderful story that you told me on the phone the other day.
Yes,
so amazing.
I'm going to share a story from my work this semester as a clinical supervisor at Nazareth College. And one of the clients that my students were assigned to is a man who's 75 years old. And due to a stroke, he had lost a lot of his communication skills. And so my students, and I'm going to give them a shout out, Aaron and Lindsay, my students determined that they were going to work on improving his speech skills through using his preferred songs. And he's a big fan of Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, John Denver, and the Beatles. So they were using those songs. And the reason we use songs in music therapy is because we're hardwired for music. Both hemispheres of our brain respond to that. So songs, particularly songs that have meaning and songs we learned in our early adult years, reside deep in our memory. And they really resonate with us. And more importantly, music is just a cultural constant, and it addresses needs of the whole person. So I think about 3 weeks ago, my students learned that this client used to sing "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" to his wife. And he's been married to his wife for 54 years. But obviously, since his stroke, he hasn't been able to sing as he once did. So my students decided to add this song to the session so that he could work on some of his consonant pronunciation. But they saw the bigger picture, that this song was important to him as a person and important in his relationship with his wife. So just a couple weeks ago, this client sang "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" to his wife. And in fact, my students arranged it so that he and his wife could sing it as a duet by alternating lines. It was a wonderful moment to see. It was great. And it's just one example about how a song-based therapy and music therapy is very effective.
That's a marvelous story. And I've had similar experiences because in one of the hospitals where I worked in New Jersey, I worked with a number of older patients, and those songs like "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" and "East Side, West Side, all around all those songs were so well known and loved by clients. And boys, you could watch people just come alive when those songs came.
Yes, just light up.
Yep. It do happen.
Yeah.
Dr. Hunter. I'm
So,
Bryan, but you are Dr. Hunter.
Dr. Bryan. Dr. Bryan.
Please. And Ken, I just want to mention before we talk more about song that in addition to your work as a music therapist, how important you've been to the Music Therapy Association over the years and being there for some very important major moments, and that we want your audience to know that you also are a holder of a Lifetime Achievement Award in music therapy, and that's well deserved. So bravo for that.
You've got some stuff for us, Bryan.
So I've had during my time at Nazareth, I retired actually this summer, and am now professor emeritus, having had 38 incredible years there in teaching music therapy. And one of the most poignant aspects of that has been and is still doing clinical music therapy research at the University of Rochester Medical Center at the Golisano Children's Hospital, where I've worked for more than 20 years with Dr. O.J. Saylor and the director of music therapy, Rosie Obi. And I'm thinking about a story of a song with a young lady who is getting Botox injections. There's a whole clinic that happens with these children who have severe muscle contractures and who get Botox injections, not for cosmetic purposes, but to help ease the contractures so that their work in OT and PT is not as painful and more efficient and easier to do. The shots are painful, the stick is painful, the medicine's painful. Sometimes they get as many as 6 or 8 shots at a time. And it's not a one-off. These shots recur every few months depending upon the individual patient. And we were asked to do some research, develop a protocol in music therapy, which Rosie did. And I have this fabulous video of a young lady in her early teens getting 2 shots. She chose to sing with Rosie Faith Hill's song "Breathe." And so she's laying on the examination table, getting ready for the shots. Rosie begins to sing with her. She sings with Rosie. Rosie's playing guitar, and they sing through the song "Breathe" quite enthusiastically. And when they get to the very end, Rosie asked the young lady, "Well, did you know when it happened?" And she very happily says, "No."
Whoa.
So she never knew when she got the shots. It was all done. She didn't have to have Versed. which sometimes the children are given for this. She was able to do it without verse ed and was able to get up and go home merely on her way. And so on that particular day, the song Breathe was the difference between pain and no pain as a part of our pain management program at Strong. Song is really quite a phenomenal event in that it combines the text and language from our verbal experience, which is potent, with music, which is from our nonverbal experience, and is equally potent. So it's little wonder that when we put them together, we have a phenomenon that has been such an incredible part of human experience throughout human history. A couple of quick examples. Most of you are old enough to know, but some of you won't remember that on the afternoon of 9/11, members of Congress gathered on the Capitol steps in Washington, and after a few remarks, they began to sing "God Bless America" spontaneously. It's on YouTube if you ever want to see this. Go and look. I always find it remarkable that the immediate group action of the nation's legislative body was to sing in response to the terrorist attack that immediately changed the course of history and the lives of nearly 3,000 people. Alan Merriam, who's the pioneer ethnomusicologist, would say that song and their singing in that context was an example of his function of music that he called contribution to the continuity and stability of culture. And that event sparked a renewed interest in singing patriotic music that extends to this day, because now in many, many ballparks across the country, when we get to seventh inning, in addition to singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," we now sing "God Bless America." And then just a couple of words from Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan, the founder of the singing group Sweet Honey on the Rock. She was talking about the spiritual "Over My Head" as the first freedom song in the civil rights movement, that she changed the text to "Over my head, I hear freedom in the air." And then she goes on to say this, and I quote, "There is no difference between singing at a mass meeting, singing in jail, singing on a march, or even singing when the authorities tell you not to. Singing gives you the power to be heard, because if I sing, you stand in my sound. If I sing, you stand in my sound."
It might be, let me call you sweetheart, or it might be, God bless America, or it might be, we shall overcome, or it might be, heart of my heart, or it might be, how great thou art, or it might be, for all the saints, or it might be, black is the color of my true love's hair, or it might be, I got the blues tonight. But whatever it is, when I sing, you stand in my sound, or you sit in my sound. Come, let's stand together. Come, let's sit together in the sound of music and in the sound of song. In COVID days, not so easy times, it can drive you crazy, it can drive you half mad. Let's stand together, let's sit down together in song. Sing it in the shower, sing it in the kitchen, play it on the stereo, sing it in your bedroom just before you go to sleep. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing, sing a song. And if you want to make donations to the work that we are doing, to the songs that we are singing, it's interluderetreats.org. And next week, Mark Miller, songwriter, singer, organist, doctorate, professor, joins me and we'll go back and forth. We'll make all kind of crazy music. We're calling the show Draw the Circle Wide. And so sing it in the shower, sing it in the kitchen, sing it in the bedroom, sing it on the stereo, everywhere, anywhere, here and there. Don't stop. Just sing a song. Beverly, would you put everybody in the studio just for a second so I can say thank you to all the wonderful stuff that happened today. Cece, are you here?
I'm here.
Bryan and Leslie, are you guys here?
Yes, we're here.
Thank you ever so much for a wonderful hour. I've been inspired. I've been delighted. And some folks who didn't know each other got to know each other a little bit. So that makes me happy. Don't forget, folks, interlude.org. And we will be back next week with the incomparable Mark Miller, singer, songwriter, musician, organist, professor, scholar, thinker, crazy man. We'll have some wild stories to tell and some wonderful songs to hear. Thank you for joining me, Beverly Vandermolen. Thank you for your wonderful production skills. Sonia Medema, thank you for being my videographer and three-word reader. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Any last words?
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks for the invitation, Ken. It's great to be with you.
Thank you. I had a blast.
Good. I think we done did it. Y'all take care. Stay well. Stay safe. Stay strong. Keep singing. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.